us and they think, well, I don't have to give up sodas every day. I mean, I could drink one a week and it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. So as much as we caution people not to do that, they might be at a Christmas party at work and everybody's having Christmas cookies and they pour themselves a Sprite. And we all know that everybody drinks their soda by the capful, but look at what that does. Just one capful is going to put you right back into an acidic range. Not only that, you all, even diluted. Watch what happens. Okay, it's going to shift it back. Let me give it a couple seconds. It'll start shifting it more. So that is how potent, that is how acidic these drinks are. All right, so the last property of the water, the third A, is the absorption of the water. And as you saw, we are alternating Kangen water with tap water, Kangen again, tap and Kangen. And we are just going to make some tea, but before I do that, I'm going to explain a little bit about the water molecule. It's loosely called microclustering. That's not really a scientific term, but that's why I like to call it absorption. Water is a very unique liquid on this planet, and it has two bonds. It has a covalent bond, which is very strong, and it has a hydrogen bond, which is very weak, and allows that water molecule to break apart and reattach. And that's what makes water such an incredible solvent, and it also gives water its beauty, its fluidity, its motion. Another thing to ask yourself, whenever they are looking at a new planet, what do they always look for? Water, right? They're always looking for, is there water? Could there have been water? Why do you think that is? Because water is the building block of life, and it's also the foundation of our life on a cellular level. And I don't know if any of you all have memories like this, but when I was a kid, my dad would have us out working on a hot day, raking up the leaves, doing the garden beds, and my two sisters and I would run inside to the sink. There was no bottled water. Nobody bought bottled water. We would just stand in line at the faucet, take a big old glass of water, still thirsty, drink another big glass of water, and we used to kind of laugh about when you step away, you could literally hear it sloshing around in your stomach. And that's because that type of water is not being absorbed. It has a positive charge on it, and it cannot fit through the cell membrane. And we call that bulk water. So that's tap water, that's your bottled waters out there. Kangen water is quite different. It's the only water that had that negative charge on it. And if you can think of it this way, if I were to take a balloon and rub it on my hair, that static electricity, that static charge is going to take each strand of my hair and it's going to separate it. My hair is still hair, right? But now each strand is separated. Similar to the process that happens with Kangen water. And more of the water molecules are going to fit through that cell membrane. In addition, most people do not know this, but inside your cells is a positive charge. Kangen water has a negative charge. So what happens to opposites? They attract, right? So every time your heart beats, all of your cells pulse in unison with your heart. So that's to flush out that metabolic waste, that cellular waste, and it's going to pull more water of this through. And we're going to demonstrate that by making some tea. And we're just going to use room temperature water. How many of you all drink tea? Tea drinkers. Okay, me too. I love hot tea, and it's getting to be that time of year. And when you make your tea, you usually boil it, right? You heat it up, and then you take your tea bag or your loose leaves and you steep it in there for 2 to 5 minutes. So I'm just using Stash organic green tea, nothing fancy, but just a tea that you can see very well. And I'll do this as scientifically as possible. So I'm going to start off with the Kangen water, and I'll dip it an equal number of times. Remember, this is just room temperature. It's not even hot or warm water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, pretty good. Now, I don't know if y'all are like me, but I usually try to milk my tea bag for that second cup of tea, and it's always weak. You know, I used to add a lot of honey to it to give it any flavor, but we'll try tap water with this tea bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, how many of you all would throw this tea bag out at this point? and say it's done. You toss it, right? Now some of y'all might be questioning, who are more scientifically minded, well, that method wasn't really that scientific, because she used the Kangen water and she got all the juice out of that tea bag first and then the tap water. But watch what happens with the Kangen water again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Didn't even do it 12 times. You all, that is how this water is able to penetrate your cells. Same thing with the tea leaves. It's pluming out that flavor and that essence of the tea. So we'll try tap water one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's just not doing much. Cannot penetrate. And last time with Kangen water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not even going to do it the 12 times. You can take one tea bag and you reuse it 6 to 8 times and get full body tea just with room temperature water. In addition to that, for those of you who are coffee drinkers out there, if you make your coffee with this water, you're going to use probably about 20 to 30% less coffee grounds. You're going to be making your acidic coffee with alkaline water, and it's going to cut any bitterness. It's phenomenal tasting coffee. So.
All right, I just want to tell you that we just did the absorption of it with the teas. That is, to us, is the most important part of the water. That shows how it gets into our cells and flushes out the toxins and acids and waste in our body. So that's like the most important property of it to us.
Yeah,
all
that's
right?
the delivery system,
Yes.
you guys. All right, so as we said, it is going to flush out your body on a cellular level, and that's why we have this picture here. And for those of you who don't know who this gentleman is, this is Dr. Hiromi Shinya, and he is the Japanese doctor who invented the colonoscopy. He's done something like a little bit over 375,000 colonoscopies, and these are his patients on Kangen water before and after. In addition to inventing the colonoscopy, he also is the man responsible for inventing that tool to remove the polyps and any cancerous tissue that you might have in your colon as well. So he's the one who came up with a way to look and check on the internal health of your colon without having to have major surgery and cut your body open. Pretty extraordinary man, as well as a phenomenal physician. And the reason that we have him on a poster here is because he will not take you on as a patient unless you are on Kangen water. He uses it in his practice. He's even written about it in his books, and you can do your own research on that. And it's for those 3 properties. And when people start drinking this water, if they have a buildup of this, it's basically fecal matter, impacted fecal matter, but it's also called mucoid plaque. This is the only water that is going to penetrate that, and it's going to loosen it up, and it is coming off. And that usually happens sometime within the 1st or 2nd week of being on this water. And once you get here, that's where your body can really focus on healing and repair rather than recirculating this and fighting this over acidity. So,
all right. Now this is the same colon right here, and then this is 3 months after drinking the water. Now this was a 52-year-old male that had prostate cancer, and this was his colon before, and this is 3 months after. Now some people think, oh, you know what, I poop every day, I have no problem with that. But what they don't realize is that mucal plaque can be up to 2 inches thick. So they're having like little tiny poops like this, that's not normal. When you drink this water, that mucal plaque is on your smaller intestine, not just your large intestine. So that is coming out, okay? Then you're going to have very healthy large bowel movements in the beginning. You'll notice the difference. So big difference.
and we talk about this. When the cleanse starts happening with you, you'll know it because it'll be softer, more frequent bowel movements. But it's not like you can't make it to the restroom. You'll be in and out. It could just be a very different color and texture. That is a good sign. You want that out of your body. You want that in the toilet so that your body, again, is healthy and able to do the healing work.
Yeah, let me just say one more thing here. Pilar just touched on it right here, but a lot of people think that when they drink this water, oh, it gave me diarrhea. It's not diarrhea, you guys, okay? It is the mucal plaque that is coming off your intestinal walls, and it needs to come off. It has to come off. And it's not like you can't make it to the bathroom, but when you sit down, it's going to come out. And it is disgusting and smelly and gross, and it lasts for about a day. Get it out. It's better in the toilet than in your body, all right? Now, what's the main question?
Yeah, forgot to ask this. Here's the real question you should be asking yourself, especially those of you who have a fantastic water habit, you're drinking a gallon a day. How come the water you have been drinking doesn't do this? Where Kangen water will.
Exactly. Now, we just been talking right now about the alkaline drinking water. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move way up the scale and we're gonna talk about what this machine can do. We like to call this the Swiss Army knife of waters, this machine here. It can make a lot more than just drinking water. So
And if
now,
I can just jump in and
Sure.
if I can jump in and just say one thing. You all in the room don't have pets, but if you do have pets, those drinking waters, the 8.5, 9.0, 9.5, animals respond very quickly to this water, and there is no placebo effect. 4 to 8 times faster, and there are veterinarians that use this in their practice. So dogs, cats, your furry friends, even horses, okay?
very cool. All right, so we've talked about the drinking water. Now we're moving way up the scale and going to way up to 11.5 water. We'll show you what this water can do, this machine can do. So you're going to eat healthy, you go to the grocery store, you get your vegetables. What's the first thing you do with them?
Wash them.
Wash them. All right, so let's wash some vegetables here. Oh, got a little green stem in there. 3. Put about the same. Does that look good?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to put tap water in one. Just tap water. And then in the other one, we're going to put the Kangen water, the 11.5 strong alkaline water. I love this stuff. I wash all my fruits and vegetables in this all the time. And while Pilar is shaking that up, stirring it up, I'm going to show you what else this 11.5 can do. What happens when you mix oil and water together?
They don't mix.
They don't mix. This is just sesame seed oil. You can see it, and it smells good. Put a little bit of oil in each.
Just a nice dark oil so you all can see it.
Now this is tap water. Don't mix, right? Now, let me show you. This is just water. There's just extra salt added to it. It is just water. Your dog can drink it, your baby can drink it, your grandchildren can drink it. It doesn't matter. It's just water. A little bit salty. It emulsifies oils. The correct term is saponifies, but most people understand emulsifies. I've gotten blood out of clothes a few times using this. I had somebody spill wine down my stairs. The next day I saw it, red wine. I took my 11.5, came right up just like that. You can degrease your grill with it. You can clean your floors, your windows with it. You can go completely green with this water. It's pretty amazing. And if you have like a inflammation in your elbow or your knee or a joint or something, you can like gently warm up the 11.5 on the stove just to get it warm so it feels comfortable, and you can wrap up the inflammation with that and the inflammation will be gone. It draws it out. It works. I've used it on a swollen eye when my eye was swollen shut. This stuff is amazing. There you go. Now let me show you what this has done here. This is the tap water. You can see not much came off there, right? Now this is the 11.5. I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but those are insecticides and pesticides. The farmers use oil-based products because it doesn't wash off in the rain, but guess what? It doesn't wash off in our kitchen sink either. So we are eating this and drinking it, or eating it every single day, and people don't even realize that. You think you're eating healthy, so that is not good. Now, normally we'd get you to try a tomato right here.
Yeah,
but
let's go ahead and let them try it. Now,
Okay.
the other thing too is I used to use that, the vegetable washes I had BioClean does not get this stuff off.
No, they
So,
don't. Yep.
all right, so you
Test
guys
it.
taste it. Okay, just take one of each, pass it around.
All right,
There you go.
take it. There you
Thanks.
go. Take it. Oh, whoops, give them that one too. Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right.
I want
there we
one
go.
too.
Now, We just did the 11.5 water. Now, we're gonna go way down here and we're gonna do the 2.5 water. This is one of my favorite things about the water. This is what the Japanese use in their hospitals to sterilize their surgical equipment. It kills MRSA, staph, E. coli, hepatitis, the AIDS virus, salmonella, listeria, you name it. You get gingivitis, put it in your mouth, you get strep throat, gargle with it. I love this stuff. I carry this around on me. If I'm going to sit on a toilet seat, I spray it. Now, this is just water. Remember, it's just water. And if you could smell it, you'd see that it really smells like bleach.
Yeah, so just pass that around, you guys.
Now, watch this. It's just water. You can spray it in your eye. It kills pink eye, and we've used it for pink eye. Let me show you what else this water does. This is incredible. I love this stuff. We've given it to people that, first of all, let me show you this. This is somebody that had MRSA. This is day 1, day 2, and day 3. Now, there's no flash used here, so it looks like a different person, but it's not. It's the same person. This is 3 days on the 2.5 acid water. The Japanese use it in their hospitals for also bed sores, and I mean, it works. We've given it to people that had 2-year-old and 5-year-old bed sores gone within a month. Now, it's not like an antibiotic where it mutates and builds up a resistance to it, but it does it mechanically. It sucks the oxygen. This is an E. coli bacteria. It sucks the oxygen out of single-cell organisms and they explode. So it's pretty incredible. Now on the other side here, it's really good for eczema and psoriasis. And say you're drinking the water and you start detoxing. If you detox and you get that itch, we'll give you some 2.5, spray it with it, it'll take care of it. It is amazing. These are before and after pictures of people that had eczema and psoriasis. Love this stuff, love it. And I'll just tell one more thing before you tell yours.
Yeah.
I had, when I first got my machine, I saw the Japanese on a video, they were spraying all their plants with it, and I went outside there in the springtime and I had aphids all over my plants. They were not opening up my flowers at all. I have a very tropical backyard, so I thought I didn't have any chemicals or anything to put on it, so I thought, you know what? I saw them using the 2.5, I'm going to try to use it. So I went out there, I sprayed all my plants with the aphids, and 2 or 3 days later I went out there. There were no aphids there. Not only were there no aphids, they did not show up for the entire year. They missed a whole cycle. And the plants love acid water. Didn't hurt them at all, no chemicals. It was pretty incredible. Love this stuff.
And this water too, you all, in order for it to kill those pathogens, in order for it to kill that bacteria, it has to have a positive charge of 1,000 or higher. And when I was sitting where you all were and Trina passed this jug around and I smelled it, it's very strong smelling. It smells like chlorine or bleach, right? And she also, with the demo that I came to, she started to share how periodontists use this in their practice because it stopped the bleeding for oral surgery. You can also use it for canker sores. Swish your mouth with that. It's about as acidic as a soda, so you want to swish it for about 60 seconds, spit it out, and then rebalance with the higher pH water. But you can even use this for people who've gone through chemotherapy and they get those sores in their mouth. It will clear those. So I was listening to all this, and probably like you all, I thought, you put that in somebody's mouth? That smells like bleach. And I raised my hand and I said, do you think this water can kill thrush? And she said, I think so. So I shared with her that my son had thrush in his mouth for 3 years. And I'm telling you, we tried every natural remedy because I was nursing him at the time too, and we didn't want to use any medication, either myself or for him. And then I finally went to the doctor because couldn't clear it, and got a prescription, tried it, calmed it down a little bit, but really didn't clear it. He had a flare up again. We were back getting the same medication. I said, can I look at the ingredients on here? And I was reading the ingredients on the medication, and one of the top ingredients was sugar. And I said, but that feeds thrush. And he said, oh, well, it's the only way the kids will drink the medication. And he said, he really needs antibiotics. And I said, he's 2 years old, and the root cause is an imbalance in his gut anyway, and that's just going to throw it off more. And he said, well, just give him more yogurt. So that was his response to me. And I left very disheartened and not really sure what else to do. I had to stop nursing him because I had the infection from nursing him. And I came to this presentation took a bottle of the water bigger than this, and she told me how to use it, and I had him swish his mouth. At the point we got on the water, he was 3.5 years old. So I had him swish his mouth 5 times a day with this water. And I'm telling you guys, within 5 days it was clear. This was after 3 years of trying to get rid of this. Thrush is very hard to get rid of. So this water works. It's been medically tested, and we'll talk about that later as far as where you can find that information. Last water that we're going to cover is, if I press this button here, you might hear it. It's kind of
Beauty water.
okay. Beauty water, and they call this the beauty water. It has a pH of 6.0, a little bit less than neutral. And the reason they call it beauty water is because your skin and your hair have a natural protective barrier called the acid mantle. So slightly acidic water is best for your skin and hair. You can use this as a toner to tighten and tone your skin, and it will work on your skin no matter if you have very, very oily, very dry, combination skin. It doesn't matter. It'll bring it right into balance. So you just spray that on your skin, and it goes right through makeup too.
Spray it around.
All right, she's gonna let you spray that on one half of your face and not the other side.
I use this every single day, not from the bottle, straight from my machine. I wash my face with it day and night. I'm not perfect, I miss some days, but I'm telling you what, it tightens and tones your skin. I love this stuff.
Just water you off. And I found out
Spray your
you could
face.
use this as a conditioner. So I just pour a container of it, I take it into the shower with me. I don't buy conditioner anymore for myself. You saw, well, I don't know if you saw Trina doing this, but for those of you, those ladies of you later in life when you have hot flashes, it will calm a hot flash right down. Another use for the water is if you get sunburns, like I do, it will take the sting right out of a sunburn and you will not peel. And I know that from experience. Last thing, and this is one of my favorite uses for this, plants like slightly acidic water. From about a 5.5 pH to a 6.0. So if you're a gardener or you're an aspiring gardener, try it on your baby plants. Plants are the opposite of us. They give off oxygen and they like slightly acidic water to drink, and we give off carbon dioxide and we like alkaline water to drink. So it's my garden went gangbusters the year that I got my machine, and it really hadn't performed very well the 2 years prior, but I just, with the touch of a button, I do the beauty water and my plants love it. So.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't believe any of that jumping. That's pretty crazy. I have 50 plus years of thinking water's just water, you know, and I was proved wrong. But it's pretty amazing, you know, all the way water that can emulsify oils, all the way down to water that can kill all pathogens, you know, and then the drinking water in between. It's just pretty neat. The name of the company that makes the machines is Enagic, and it's a Japanese company. They were a subsidiary of Sony Corporation. They were spun off in the mid-70s. I guess it wasn't part of their core business plan of making televisions and Walkmans, whatever, but they were spun off in the 70s, and they made these giant ionizers for the hospitals. They were big commercial units, cost like $800,000 to $1 million. And they would make the strong acid water for sterilizing their surgical equipment and treating skin conditions and irrigating wounds and controlling infections, different things like that. And they would have the drinking water for health benefits and also some digestive issues, things like that they use it for. In the mid-'80s, they started to concentrate on home-based ionizers, and about 1 in 5 households in Japan has one of these machines. And the people that don't have one, they take their jugs and